Hello friends, this is Beatrice with Bees Planning and Memory Keeping. Excuse my voice. Today we are going, as part of Vlogmas, we are going to do some pen swatching because I have not used a sterling ink. I mean, I dabbled in it a few years ago, but never really stuck to me. So I figured it would be a good idea to do some sort of pen swatching to make sure, you know, what pens I could use in here. So I'm just going to grab, I'm not going to swatch every single pen because that would take way too long, but I'm just basically going to do some of my favorites, you know, like in light colors and dark colors, just to make sure that they are not going to bleed through, see through, all of that fun stuff. So let's get started. Let's see. Okay, so some of my things that I use the most are more than likely the Tombow dual brush pens, and I just picked 3 colors, a dark, actually maybe I should get a lighter one than that. How about a dark, a medium, and a light? And I basically did the same thing with some mild liners. I also have some of my Moxie dot markers, and these are like markers. So for pens, I like to use the Papermate Flare. That's one of my favorites. I also tend to use a lot of the Frixion, however you say it. I have my, I don't know how to pronounce it, Majan fountain pen. And right now this pen currently has, let's see if I could find the ink, because that would be helpful. And nope, I have no idea where I put it. Well, we're gonna find out, and if it works, I don't have too many inks, so that should be okay. I also have this fountain pen, which I have no idea what brand it is, and this one has some black, just black ink that I found on Amazon that was super cheap, so it's nothing special, I don't think, anyway. All right, so we have that. Let's see what else. I do use Mujis a lot, and I'm just looking on my desk to see if I find one, because of course when you need it, it's when it like walks away. Of course not. Let me see if I have one here. This is my school pencil case. So let's see, we have a Muji. I also have some Frixion marker. What do you call them? Highlighters, not markers, highlighters. And I think that pretty much covers what I tend to gravitate to as far as writing tools. So we're going to go to the back of the book, and I think I'm just going to use this back page here. And my book is brand new, so it's still very, very stiff. So we'll start with let's start with the markers. We're going to start with the Tombows. So we're going to go first. Let's go with the dark. We're just going to do one swoop, maybe and we're going to write the number. Let's see, 555. Let's see how that did. There's a tiny bit of ghosting, but nothing crazy. It's okay. I can handle that. Then we're going to use this one, do the same thing. And this one is 403. And let's go with this yellow one. And this one is 062. That is super light. All right. All right, so the yellow, definitely there's barely any ghosting. There's a slight ghosting with, I don't know if you guys can see that. Nothing crazy, nothing serious. Definitely no bleeding, so that's great. So Tombos are a yes. Let's go with these mild liners. We have, ooh, that was not straight. My apologies. And this is, doesn't have a name because it's in whatever language this is, Japanese. So I'm just gonna write dark gray. I'm curious. Same. Oh, there's a little bit of bleed through right where that little spot is. Okay, good to know. Let's see the orange. Again, this one's the same thing. And we'll go with this baby blue. All right, let's see how the mild liners did. They actually did pretty good. There is a little bit of bleed through where I started actually where I ended, right? So when I went this way, so wherever that little bit of ink stayed. But other than that, there is no, there's a little ghosting, barely in the blue. The light colors seem to do well. Okay, so those are good. Let's try this Frixion just for the heck of it. Their colors are pretty light. Oh, I forgot that. All right, Frixion. And nothing. It actually is not bad. That might be a contender there. I have my Moxie green dot marker, so we're just going to do that. Oh, these are very wet, so I don't know if that's gonna, I don't know how that's gonna do. Yep, there's a little bit of bleed through, just a little. Let's see this one. Not in the dots though. They're very juicy, the Moxie markers. Most of the Moxie markers, not all of them. Yeah, definitely a little bleed through in the green. And let's try this blue one. Same thing. And yeah, you can still see that the green is a little wet. I bet you if I took a piece of paper and blotted it, I would get some color off of it. Yep. So the Moxie ones don't tend to dry very well. And there is a tiny bit of bleed through just wherever the ink was a little bit wetter, like in the middle of the dots and so forth. All right, so I think that's good with markers. Let's go with pens. This is Papermate. Flare. And this is the, because I have two, this is the medium. And then I'm going to grab the thinner one. Not that I don't tend to gravitate towards that one because I don't really, I don't like my handwriting with, I know that sounds so shallow, right? I don't like my handwriting with when it's very thin. That's the Papermate. Also, oh, this is ultra fine. Ultra fine. It'd help if I knew how to spell. Both of those, the thin one is okay. The dark one is a little bit of ghosting. And let's try this Sharpie Roller 0.5. Ooh, that was not straight. That actually writes really nice. But there is a little bit of bleed through, and there's definitely ghosting. I think the Papermate is that type of pen will probably win this race. Now let's see my Muji, and this is a Muji 0.5. Probably my favorite pen. I go through these like crazy. Yep, it writes perfectly. We're gonna try this is a blue one, the Frixion. This is a 0.7, and of course it is out. So scratch the Frixion. And now we're gonna try this fountain pen. It has black ink. Actually, the ink is right here. It's called the Heart of Darkness. I don't know. I found it on Amazon, and I wanted a really dark black, and this is it. So we'll write fountain. And I don't even know what kind of nib it is. And then this is my Mahjong. And this one has green ink. And it's spelled Mahjong. All right. The fountain pens. The black one looks a little scratchy, but the green one looks perfect. So I think for this book, it'll have to either be, well, also we got to see the ink colors too, right? So I guess this will be a continuing thing, but I wanted to know what I was going to use in here for now, right? Because I want to start writing in it. So I'm thinking that it will be the everyday carry pen, which I carry anyway, is my Muji. And there is one other pen. Oh, I have these too. Let's see what's in here, because these I tend to bring up and down the stairs with me. Let's see if there's anything that we want to try. We got Papermate. Oh, here's one. The Klena. That's the one I wanted to check, because that sometimes I use a lot too. That's the Papermate Energel Klena. And let's see what's in this one. Nothing. Okay. So that's the other one that I wanted to try. Sometimes when I'm not sure if things are going to change, I will use a Frixion. And I don't think this is going to be an issue. Looks kind of wet though. Definitely not a problem. And then we will go with the Energel Klena. Not my favorite either. I kind of like the thicker inks, and not an issue, but it'll work. All right, guys, so that is right now. Oh, wait, no, that's not it. I thought maybe it was here in front of me, but of course not. That is it for now. I think these are the pens that I will probably be using for 2025. Thanks for watching.